attempt number 2 to get it on the concrete. Got the avalanche in place, got the chain, got the ball on and ready to go. And she's now officially, I better undo all that real quick. Let's pull it on the car. We just backed up. Let's get this old girl off now. We have officially got the truck in place. Now we can start working in the shade with the fan and all the tools. So let's get started and get this motor pulled. All right, so we want to make sure you always keep your areas clean when you're working on cars, and clean if you're pulling motors apart and stuff. You want to keep it clean like a doctor's office is what I've always been told. Obviously, you're never going to be able to get that clean with doctors, but ignore the paint on the floor. That's been there for years. Eventually I'll get to it. It's not my shop, but it is, but it's not, you know what I mean? I'm renting the space, sort of thing. So, let's try to get this as clean as we can so that when we pull the motor out and put it on the stand for the truck here in just a second, which I'm going to attempt to pull today, I want to make sure this is nice and clean. That way I can just lay everything out. So if I do decide to reuse that motor, let's say we get into it and it really needs just a head gasket and a little bit of head work. You know what I mean? I want to be able to put it all back together. So, and in doing so, you got to make sure you have order. I mean, you have to have order, and you got to be able to know where everything went. I made that mistake a lot when I was younger. I won't do that again. Anyway, so if you learn anything, just make sure you're clean and keep things in order and have a system for things. All right, we got the engine stand free. We got the old girl right here. She's ready to go. After I cleaned all this. Anyway, let's start breaking this apart. Let's get this motor out. Supercharged motor with the dish pistons. Now that is now locked up, rolled up back down there. Okay, so far I have got the radiator out, obviously. Fan shroud, fan, mechanical fans off, serpentine belts, air box, air breather, your intake there popped off. I've got the bolts off this. That's ready to come off in just a second. I need to remove the alternator next. What we're going to do right now is we're going to remove the intake, because from the looks of it, I've got a lot of room here to pull it with the cherry picker, but I don't want to mess with that cowl. So by taking the intake off, that should give me enough room to use cherry picker, pull it off, take it out. Now, I think I'm going to have to remove this old girl from the looks of it. And I don't want to mess with the AC if I don't have to. So we'll get there in just a second. I'm probably going to maybe just, I don't know, maybe flatten it out, maybe scoot it to the side. We'll just see what we can do with the lines. Maybe we can push all that to the side, because it was charged and it was working when it went down, and I don't have to mess with it. It'd be great not to have to mess with it. But at this point, we know it has to come out. I mean, no matter what, the truck has to come out. I can't even get the 2 plugs in the back out because there's so much rat nest, stuff like that. I can't get this thing to turn with the new battery, nothing. This motor is seized, locked up. The 4 plugs I got off, I even put PB Blaster down in there. I got to then get the exhaust bolts off and the 2 cross mirror bolts and get the motor loose. Then I got to work my way. I don't know if I'm going to pull the full trans and separate the trans, or I don't know. I'll probably try to see how hard it is to do the transmission bolts. If I can't get to them, I might just pull the trans and that, since it is a stick shift. But let's start getting that alternator off, AC disassembled, and this piece off. Okay, so now I've got this. Come on. Now pretty much ready to go. Let's take this off here. That's ready to go. Bolts on this are actually, that's ready to go. Well, let me get it. Okay, so I've got the compressor off right here. It's still charged and all that good stuff. Alternator's off. Got all the bolts out of this. I had to pull I don't have my quick disconnect because I don't want to jump back out of the truck. The only thing that's really holding on, if anyone ever says taking these intakes out are easy, they're lying, because that stupid EGR valve there lets you choke on. There's 8 mils back there. I'm going to try to pull off without having to pull off this PCV. But we'll find out. Let's try to get this off. It's not as easy as they try to tell you. Okay, that was a pain. I had to get the EGR valve out of the intake. Got that out. Had to get this tube for the dipstick off. It's one of your main grounds. God, I got to vacuum all this out. But man, I don't know. Can y'all see down there? How bad is it? Okay, then why can't I get a spark plug tool on that one? What about that one? that makes sense. There's a bunch of crap done on that one. So anyway, we're getting there slowly. Man, I'm trying to think though. I mean, should I even pull one of these heads to even see if... Nah, it's fine. I got a PV blast real quick. We got to start getting this going. It's starting to get late in the day. So let's go ahead and get down to these bolts down here on the headers. There you are. I'll try to get, well, if I can get to it. Well, we're getting there. It's crazy. These little V6s though, man, I'll tell you what, be able to get up in here and just work is, I mean, pretty nice. But of course now naturally it makes me want to put a V8 in it. But I don't know about y'all. Tell me what to think. Every single person I've talked to told me, no, do not do that. I'm like, why? And they're like, these V6s, the 3.7 is better than 4.7, even though they have the same bell pattern. It's literally two, cylinders chopped off from what it looks like. The whole serpentine setup's the same, water pump, all that. So, I mean, Lord knows why, but anyway, let's get I want to get this motor out today and on the stand if possible. All right, first look. Up board. Oh, Lord, come on. All right. Oh, my God. Ew, it's slow. Oh, my gosh. Well, how do you get it off, huh? There we go, Ooh. Milkshake, what you gonna do? I don't know. I knew it was blowing, I told you. Look at that. Ugh. Dude, it's sludgy all over. Is any of the cam bearings worn? I mean, it's 100,000 mile motor. Like, I just can't, you know what I mean? Everything seems fine. Wow. It just got hot and it blew out the gasket. You know what I mean? I know it did. It's gonna be like this on both sides. I wonder if, look at this. This looks like the worst one right here. Ooh, wow. And none of the rockers seem loose. That's a good sign. Maybe it just blew. Maybe I can fix it. I think it probably got too hot and it's warped, but we'll find out. All right, I got the old girl on stands. I've got the nuts off. So all I gotta do is knock out the motor mount bolts. Nuts are off. I've got the upper. I've got to go now and take the starter off and start undoing the bolts to the bell housing so that we can get this thing pulled. It's getting late. I better hurry. All right, so I got the headers off completely, which, man, there's some restrictions down there that I just don't get. I've got the nut off the back of that, so I see there's 2 grooves, so with the nut loose, I still should be able to just pull the whole motor up with the mounts connected. Other than 2 bolts holding the bell housing on, I think we're there. So I need to get the chain ready and find some connection points, and let's get this motor pulled. Now, I mean, I found the best place I could find. I got all the bolts of the bell housing. I'm gonna have to separate it. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if she holds. I mean, I have a feeling, that I'm stuck in the water. I don't know. It's because them bolts. I know it's because them stupid bolts won't come out. Let me try to knock them bolts out. If I was getting a hurry and mess stuff up, I've got it separated, as you can tell, but I forgot about the darn power steering lines. I got one off, but as the more I don't want to backtrack. Anyway, let me get this line off, and hopefully that's everything we can finally put on the stand. It's getting late, and I gotta go work. See, this day did not go as planned, but this is how it is when you work on cars. Man, that was really seized in there. I hope I didn't no. Oh, the splines look okay. So anyway, we got it out. It's not pretty. Oh, this flashlight's going dead. Anyway, we got it out. Let me try to get it on the stand. Of course, I tried not to make a mess, but I was like, oh, I'll pull out a tire. And there was automatic fluid just all up in the tire. So, of course, I made a mess. Dude, good not making a mess all day. And now I made a mess, so yay. Anyway, we got it out. That's all that matters. So, la 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 la.